I think I need one more volunteer. I need someone the right size. Someone I need a perfect.
I guess I'm too big.
Let me see.
I just need snake food.
Or I'm too
I'm going to go with this. You're the perfect size. How much do you weigh? You weigh 60, 65 pounds? 60? How many calories do you eat? Okay, we'll find out. What's your name?
We'll find out.
Angela. All right, Angela, sweetheart, you stand right here. Just straight ahead. Perfect. So now, this is a Burmese python. How you doing there? You doing all right? He likes to do that. He likes to get between people. It's not unlike, oh, he's buying her a pizza. So, I mean, this snake is gigantic. It is pushing 16, 17 feet in length. It weighs, how much does it weigh, Michael? 120. So he's certainly not a light snake. He is, you know, leg fat, depending on how big your legs are. It is a Burmese python. And it was a creature, as with the turtle that we saw before, or that lizard, it was someone's pet. And in most situations, they get that cute little snake, and, you know, until that person, you know, someday gets out of their Wayne's World mode and gets a girlfriend, they have that snake or tarantula in their room. And then they go off to college, and their mom calls. I used to get all these calls. My son has a snake. I'm like, what am I going to do with it? But most of the times the animals perish, or in some cases like this, you get this really cool snake, which is like probably very gentle, but really only needs to have one bad snake day, and your cat or your kid or your dog is missing.
Your kid is missing.
And that's how we ended up in this program with Rainforest Reptiles. It was actually confiscated because you know, they were illegal to have as pets. But Nathan, we're going to begin down here because I want to dispel a myth.
Oh, God.
And don't you worry, Angela. We're going to use you very, very soon. Come here, Nathan. Do snakes have legs?
Yes.
No?
They were punished to be the closest
Focus right
to
here.
the ground.
You see that? See that claw? Can you see it? Because I can't see the monitor.
Yeah.
There's one there,
Yeah.
and there's one on the other side as well. And it's called the clasper. It's a vestigial digit, a vestigial finger that goes actually into a modified limb that again further tells us that this is a creature that probably evolved from a lizard-like animal. And now when we say vestigial, they say it doesn't have a use, but some people believe that it's used actually in reproduction. But that's the clasper right there. Now we'll go to this part right here, Angela. Hey, Angela, sweetheart, I want you to hold up one of your hands, and I want you to pick one finger. Your least favorite one you could live without it. That's a good one. They say that we're losing that finger anyways. Now, Michael, you hold out his face. Now, I want you to look for its ears, and if you see the ears, point them out. It's hissing a little bit, isn't it? You see ears? Honestly, you don't see any ears? Be honest. Good, you stuck with your gumption. Yep, there are no ears. He has no external outer ear holes. And look at his eyes.
And senses.
Watch when I wave my hand. Do you see me blinking? Why doesn't he blink? Because he doesn't have any. He has no eyelids. So instead of blinking, his eyes are forever protected by these clear layers of skins called spectacles. And if you ever, where you live, did you ever find a shedded snakeskin maybe in your yard? Well, if you ever do, and you unravel it, you'll notice those spectacles are there. And when they shed, they pop off, and there's brand new ones underneath. And right now you can see his spectacles are rather smoky looking. That's because he's going to what's called the opaque cycle, which means it's like a natural lubricant is produced in the skin that pushes it off. That means he's going to probably be shedding in a couple of weeks. But don't worry, that doesn't mean he's not hungry. So, Angela, you stand straight, look straight ahead, and we're going to learn about predation. Now, just that one. Let's come down, slide down, guys. Let's try to do this without adding 6 more inches on the snake. So now we'll see if there's any interest there. Oh, there's interest. Look at that. You guys see that tongue flicker in and out? Now, Jess, what's wrong, buddy? Relax. So, Angela, do you have any cats or dogs or something? Okay. So he flickers that tongue in and out. He's picking up those microscopic particles, and he's rubbing them on the mouth, and he's trying to see if there's prey there. Jake, no. Boom! He reaches out like that. He's got a very strong grip. And he holds on very tightly. And then he wraps around the prey, so we'll start wrapping around Angela there. Try not to get her electrocuted here, Nathan. Okay. Wrap her up. You've heard the circle of love? This ain't that. It's called the circle of your guts are going to be in your underpants in about 2 seconds. So he gets tighter and tighter, and this is called constriction. So theoretically, he's holding on to Angela right there. This seems like one of those things you see in the Psychic Network or something. And then, so now, Angela, you've been squeezed to death, okay? So Angela, come here. Let me see the head down this end. You got him, Sky? So Angela, so you've been squeezed and you've been constricted. So tilt your head to the left. Your other left. There you go. And so what he will do is he'll come in close, and with his tongue, he's tickling his way up to the top. And when he gets to the top, he grabs on tightly. He's got hooked teeth, and he pulls in, and then begins to swallow the prey. And Angela, when he does that, what happens to his jaws?
They unhinge.
What do people always say? They unhinge, but they don't unhinge. They stretch. And what happens is his jaw can stretch 7 times bigger than when he's at rest, which means in theory, someone Angela's size, an animal that size, wouldn't be possible for him to consume it. Which is why we need to have tremendous respect for these creatures. But Angela, you did a great job. Give Angela a hand for being so helpful. Give these guys a hand for being so helpful. Did you guys like these animals tonight? Yeah. Awesome. Now, what I'd love it, you guys could sit, we'll give you guys a whitey. We used to hand out dollar bills, but these whiteys are worth more, I think, today. Merry Christmas. I give you the gift of good hygiene. Here you go. Thanks, guys.
Students, they could use it.
Now, what I would love to do, it's like an earthquake there, Nathan. Yeah. What I would love to do is give you an opportunity to ask questions. I love working with these animals because, to me, they get a second lease in life, but more importantly, they serve as a great introduction into the world of conservation. And people often wonder, what are the great causes of extinction today? Why is the extinction today so severe compared to what it's always been? Why do now scientists argue we are in what is called the 6th extinction? And it's because of a perfect storm. What I call the extinction storm. Did you ever read the book, The Perfect Storm by Sebastian Unger? Yep. Well, that book talks about a perfect storm which took out, actually near where I live. In fact, I went to college with one of the guys who was on that boat. It's this fated, ill-fated sword fishing boat gets caught up in this perfect storm and everyone perishes. And it's called the perfect storm not because it's beautiful, it's because it's perfectly lethal. And because all these factors, wind, moon, current, tide, have come together to whirl up this deadly hurricane. Well, our perfect extinction storm is a result of these 4 elements: climate change, habitat loss, environmental degradation, and species exploitation, of which all of that is fueled and fired by our species growing at a very unsustainable rate. We are really only 2 or 3 decades away from 9+ billion people on this planet. And the more there is of us, the more we consume.